Oleksandr Usyk's co-promoter has kind of dismissed the possibility of Usyk fighting Chisora for the vacant WBO belt. He points out that Chisora is currently ranked, in fact, let me check his ranking exactly. Chisora is currently ranked number 9 with the WBO. Usyk obviously is number 1. And Usyk's co-promoter is saying, why would the WBO order the number 1 to fight, somebody way down the list for the vacant belt? Surely it will be number 1 versus number 2. And number 2, of course, is Joseph Parker. We all know that Parker's manager, David Higgins, has been talking about the possibility of him fighting Usyk. Maybe it's more realistic than we realize. The only thing which would be in Dereck Chisora's favor in terms of getting an Usyk fight for the vacant WBO is the fact that he maybe could generate more money than Joseph Parker. Parker is known in the UK, of course, but he's known as an opponent. Parker's never been a star in the UK. He was known because he fought Anthony Joshua in a unification, fought Dillian Whyte. Okay, that's why he's known. But he's not, you can't put Joseph Parker on by himself against a lesser known individual and that's going to headline in the UK. Definitely not. So with Dereck Chisora, on the other hand, he does have kind of a cult following in British boxing. He's not like as big as Anthony Joshua or anything like that, but he does have a cult following in the UK. Particularly at the O2, the fans love him. Perhaps there's more money in Usyk fighting Chisora. There certainly seems to be more money in Chisora fighting Usyk than Chisora fighting Parker. So perhaps it's the same the other way around. And you know how it goes in boxing. Money talks and BS walks. Perhaps the WBO might get more money from sanctioning fees if they allow Usyk to fight Chisora for a vacant belt rather than have the number 1 and the number 2 fight. And of course, there's other people there that could fight Usyk. If not Parker, Kalnacki, Ruiz, Daniel Dubois, dark horse, Junior Farr, Michael Hunter as a rematch, Romanov. There's a few people below as well. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Would you like to see Usyk versus Parker or Usyk versus Chisora or Usyk versus somebody else if that WBO belt becomes vacant? And of course, Usyk's co-promoter is saying that if AJ vacates the WBO belt, it's a clear indication that he doesn't want to fight Oleksandr Usyk. I personally think that AJ would fight Usyk at the drop of a hat, but from a promotional point of view, if he has to give up one belt and he can't keep both of them, then he's going to give up the WBO because then it will probably stay in-house. If Usyk fights Parker, well, they're both matchroom fighters. If Usyk fights Chisora, they're both matchroom fighters. So there's more of a chance of it staying in-house. Whereas if he gives up the IBF, it will be Pulev maybe versus another ESPN guy, Pulev versus Fury. Who knows? So, from that perspective, it will probably be easier for AJ to get a unification with whoever's the WBO champion after he vacates it. So I don't really think it's a situation where Joshua was scared to fight Usyk. It's a dangerous fight. It's a fight Joshua could lose. I think Usyk is a lot better at heavyweight. I think he's going to prove to be a lot better, should I say, at heavyweight than people realize at the moment. People are going off the Chaz Witherspoon fight. Oh my God, he'll never make it at heavyweight. He doesn't have the power. Over the decades, I've seen many heavyweights who didn't have great power succeed and do good things at the weight class. Michael Spinks ended Larry Holmes's unbeaten run. Evander Holyfield famously moved up to heavyweight. I mean, David Haye moved up. He had more limited success, but he still did pick up a version of the world title. I mean, even people like Roy Jones Jr., obviously a phenomenal athlete, picked up a version of the world title. James Toney moved up in weight, picked up a version of the world title. Who else is there? I know there's some others. Who else picked up a world title moving up in weight? I can't think of. Michael Moorer, that's the guy I was thinking of. Michael Moorer moved up from light heavyweight to heavyweight and became IBF champion, beat Evander Holyfield. So plenty of fighters. Michael Moorer was a fairly decent puncher. David Haye was a very, very good puncher. But, many of the guys I mentioned are not particularly big punchers. Michael Spinks, Evander Holyfield, these are not massive punching guys. So, yeah. Don't be surprised if the likes of Usyk, Hunter, etc. have some good success at heavyweight. and knock off several of the top big men out there. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. It's happening, I'm out. Join me on Patreon. I upload a minimum of 2 podcasts every single week, covering a wide variety of controversial topics, as well as live stream Q&A sessions. Take a look on screen right now at some of the podcasts I've produced so far. For just $3 a month, the equivalent of about £2 a month, you get access to all my new podcasts and my entire back catalogue of past podcasts, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen on your computer or on your smartphone or tablet by downloading the Patreon app from the Google Play Store or the App Store for free. The Patreon app also allows you to download each podcast in MP3. For less than the price of a cup of coffee, you get access to dozens of hours of exclusive content. It's easy to sign up, there's no contract, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.